Registry is obviously bigger than just settings. It stores a lot of forensic artifacts that we're gonna look at. Why are you repeating? I'm gonna kill you, bro. Bad audio. Run it back. Bro, you guys are weird. Go have and sync. You guys are getting banned. Very soon. You're getting banned. Okay, Jix, are you recording? Where is he? Yep, I am. Okay, so Registry Simplified is basically settings for your PC for applications. It also stores a lot of forensic artifacts that we're gonna look at today. And these are the paths that we're gonna talk about today. I might make it 2 parts because this is a lot of shit, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't like you guys that much, so probably gonna make it 2 parts. Okay, so first of all, we have 2 ways of accessing Registry. The first way, which is the one by Windows, which is going to run and then just searching Regedit. You click OK, then yes, and then this is the registry for your PC. We're gonna see we have HKey classes root, HKey current user, HKey local machine, HKey users, and current config. And just to give you guys an example, or not an example, sorry, where like all of these came from. The first one we're gonna talk about is HKey local machine. And these are stored in system 32. Let me grab it real quick. We can go to system 32, config, and we're gonna see our hives. We can see SAM, security, software, system. And these are the important ones. Let me remove this. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot cleaner. Okay. We can see system, software, security, SAM, and these are the important ones. And registry basically backs it up, but I don't have a backup for some reason. It should be in regback. Should be some backups, but I guess it's not here. But okay, it's fine. Why don't I have SAM on my PC? I'm not sure. Should be on your PC. We're not gonna use SAM. We're only gonna be focusing on system on software more. And we're not even gonna use security. And this is for HKey local machine. We can see hardware. Hardware is just components. And we don't need that. Security, software, which is this, and system, which is this. And then we have HKey current user. And this one is user specific. So for example, I'm on the user OGContent. So this HKey current user is only for OGContent. Okay. If there are other users in the PC, we're gonna have to load their system hive. Okay.
Yo,
Oh, yo, hello, Vinny's.
what am I doing, Kyle?
What the fuck are you? Are you going to college?
Bro, this is my base. Hello?
Oh,
I'm about to work
okay.
out. Okay, enjoy your webinar, guys.
Thank you. Okay, so as we said, this is for the current user. That was so random. Okay, and HKey classes root, which is the famous extensions or the known extensions. Or wait, this is installed extensions. Sorry, these are the installed extensions that I have on my PC. And viewing the registry with registry editor or regedit is fine. It's not really fine, actually, no. It's really bad because a lot of the time it's gonna be encrypted and registry editor doesn't parse it. So we're gonna use a very good tool called Registry Explorer made by Eric Zimmerman. We can just go to the Eric Zimmerman tool index and download Registry Explorer from here. There's only one version, so you can just download it. It's like 80 megabytes, so it'll take a bit sometimes, especially when you're screen sharing someone with a low Wi-Fi, with a slow Wi-Fi. Who is Eric Zimmerman? Good question. You should ask him that. Okay, bro, 80 megabytes. Bro, you don't understand how many PCs I've seen that are very slow. Okay, 80 megabytes is so fucking big. Okay, so after downloading Registry Explorer, you're gonna download uh the runtime for it, and you're gonna need to open it as administrator. Okay, please run it as admin, otherwise it won't work. Okay, hello Seal. Okay, so after getting Registry Explorer, we're gonna go to File and then Live System. We're gonna see Amcache SAM Security Software System. And then we can go to users and see a lot of stuff. You can see default ntUser.dat, default user class.dat, etc. And what's it called? Where is HKey current user? Do you guys know where? Okay, sorry, I'm back. Can you guys hear me? He's probably drinking. What is that? Mid-session goon. Okay. Anyways, does anyone know where we can find HKey current user from what I talked about? No, I have no idea. I don't know. System is right there. Okay, so HKey your current user isn't gonna like say it's HKey current user. You're gonna go to File, Live System, Users, and then choose the user that you're on, which is, for me, OGContent, and ntuser.dat. Do not get userclass.dat. Just get this, ntuser.dat. We can just load it, and this is my HKey current user. In Registry Explorer, we can see a lot of stuff. We can see last write timestamp, which is very useful, and I'm probably gonna talk about it. There is some bypass about it. We can also see deleted records, but we can see 6.7 is deleted. I don't know what's this. That is fine. So if the user deleted a key, Registry Explorer is more than likely gonna catch it. Okay, so do not delete registry keys. That's very bad. We can also go to available bookmarks, and this is gonna show you the most famous path. What's more important, registry keys or system 30? What is that question? What are you asking? Which one if I delete is gonna kill me first? Both. What? Okay, so for HKey current user, we're gonna go File, Live System, Users, and then go to the user, ntuser.dat. And for HKey current users, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about. And most of them are in Explorer. So yeah. Let's go to the first path. HKey current user. Now let me just give you guys a quick heads up. HKeyCU just means HKey current user. HKey, this means local machine. HKey local machine. HKey current user. You can also paste this in registry editor, but I recommend you guys using Registry Explorer because, as I've said, it doesn't parse it in registry editor. So the first path is HKey current user, software, Microsoft Windows current version, explore recent documents. And we can go to available bookmarks and we can see most of the paths that I'm gonna talk about are gonna appear in here as well. So recent docs, it's gonna be in here, this one, recent docs. And this will show you recent like executables, sorry, not executables, recent documentations like zip files, .ahkey, which is a macro, .scv, and a lot of stuff. We can .json, .java, .log, .pf as well. I think I deleted those. I don't know why they're here. .png. So we can focus on maybe .zip because some bypasses are gonna use .zip files, and this is gonna show which .zip files they accessed. We can also see folders they've accessed. We can see config results, timclient.minecraft, etc. We can also see .text files. What else? .python files. This is good. What is this? This is weird. Okay. This isn't really that useful, but you can gather some information. There's also .jar. Yeah, okay, I forgot that. .jar is the most useful in here. These are the jars that I have. We can see I have, this is Doomsday, this is just Essentials, Doomsday, Marlowe's Crystal Optimizer, and a bunch of other mods. But it got Doomsday, which is very good. So that's a good thing. OMG, Red Lotus webinar. Okay. Think. What about .exe? We're gonna get to that. But in recent docs, it's not gonna log .exes or .dlls. In here, you're just gonna focus about .jar, .zip, folder, and other things you're interested in. Alright, the second path is common dialog. And let's go there. Common dialog. We're gonna see like 5 things in here, but we're gonna focus on 2. Last visited PIDL MRU and OpenSave PIDL MRU. Let's talk about OpenSave PIDL MRU first. And this is gonna log EXEs, DLLs, what else? There's .jars as well. I don't know why it didn't parse this correctly. But we can make it up. You can see this is the jar that got logged. And then in here we can see Marlowe's Crystal Optimizer. And then a bunch of stuff. We can also go to exe. We can see the exes that logged in here as well. DLLs, which DLL is logged here, but only one DLL logged here, which is my old bypass. That's interesting. Okay. And the second thing, which is last visited PIDL MRU. And if you're lucky, it's gonna give you opened on a date. If not, you can just look at this. Do you guys have anything so far? Are you guys learning? Yes? Okay, good. I don't know what you just said. Repeat. I'm not gonna repeat all. Just quiz them. I feel like it's too early to quiz since we just covered 2 paths. Alright, do you guys know how to import HKey current user? How do I get HKey current user from here? How do I get it? Press system? No. NTuser.dat? Which one? If you go here, users, there are 3 NTuser.dat. Which one is HKey current user? That one? That's not helpful. The current user. Yes, this is correct. My current user is OGContent right now, so users, OGContent, NTuser.dat. Okay, so let's move on to run MRU. Now, obviously, we're gonna find it in here, available bookmarks, run MRU. Now, run MRU is very simple. It just logs the paths in here, or not paths, for the things like you typed in here. You can see it's very simple. You can just look in here or look in Registry. Yes, from the run dialog, which is this, Windows R. This is called the run dialog, and anything you typed here is gonna get written in here. And you can view that. You can view that, oh, this guy accessed his prefetch. Maybe he deleted some prefetch. Who knows? This is my vape. So you can like kind of see what the user done. Yes, it's just the theme from here. Options, skins, and I chose Office 2016 Black. If I delete that log, the history that I run in run dialog, I can catch here. If you deleted it, it will log as deleted. Okay, the other thing in Explorer as well, typed paths. And now what is typed paths? If you go in Explorer right here and you type like C, for example, hack directory, I don't think people are gonna do that. They're not that dumb. But yeah, we can see it will log here. We can see that I've seen all of this. I went to Explorer and then wrote the path, like C SS1, for example, and then it will log here. But most bypassers aren't gonna do that. They're not that dumb. But it's very fun. Well, he has to showcase that. I'm not gonna. You can just like, where is it? Where you? Like some people just delete it, like from Registry. It's gonna log as deleted if you go in here. It's unassociated delete values, or it's just gonna show red when you visit the path. If you visit the path, it'll show red. It'll show an X. There is, where is it? I think I had something deleted. Where was it? I should have deleted a key before this, I'm not gonna lie. To showcase it. I'll show that later, it's fine. The next thing in Explorer, we have User Assist and the GUID of the app. And we can see it's here. We can click on User Assist and we can filter for last executed. And User Assist is proof of execution as well, so you can use it in your proofs. And it's a very good artifact as well. You can parse it using Registry Explorer, or you can just type User Assist View, and this does it for you. Both of these work, but for now, I'm just showing Registry Explorer, so this is a way. We can also see the run counter, how many times on that specific app. We can see focus time as well, but it's not really gonna be that useful, I guess, sometimes. I don't know. You can use it, I guess. But last executed is what we want. Alright, do you guys have any questions so far about anything? Is everything clear? Do you guys want me to repeat any step? In User Assist, we can check everything loaded by the user. Yes, not everything loaded, but it'll log certain things and it'll log the execution time sometimes. Otherwise, it just won't. Especially if it's like, it doesn't really have anything. But sometimes it won't log the execution time. And in FiveM, you can just look at it as well, since it's going to be useful. But in Minecraft, we care about execution time. So we're going to filter for last executed. Typed paths. Typed paths, basically, when a user types any paths in here, like C, recycle bin, CSS, we can see I wrote all of this. These are all stored in Registry Explorer, or Registry, sorry. In this path right here, typed paths. We can see these match up. Downloads, the test PNGs, recipes, EFI boot. Anything you have wrote in here is gonna log in here. Why do you personally use Registry Explorer? Registry Explorer just parses like 90% of the things we are looking for. If we go to Registry, for example, and go to this path right here, then we go to User Assist, you can see that this is just not gonna parse anything. And gibberish, like encrypted with uh rat 13 or something. Yeah, there are programs such as user assist view, but certain paths like type paths, run MRU, common dialog, uh, OpenSave, PDL, and other stuff under it, recent docs, all of the things we're gonna talk about, most of them don't have any apps. And this is also true. We can see if they deleted anything. This is one of the positives of Registry Explorer. If you delete anything, it'll show up as deleted. Alright, the next two paths are very similar, which is the compatibility assistance. This is very useful to look at executables the user has ran. It logs almost everything. Any executable, it'll be there, hopefully. And I don't think it's here, so we're gonna have to like manually search it up. And we can see the path HKey current user, software, Microsoft, Windows NT. Let's go towards, can go Microsoft. Oh yeah, this is an example. In here, there's a deleted value. What the fuck did I just say? There's a deleted value in here, and we can see is deleted has a check, so this key was deleted. This is an example of a key deletion. Now, obviously, not every key deletion is malicious. It could be just Windows clearing old stuff or stuff it doesn't need anymore. So we're gonna go Windows NT, current version, and app compat flags. We can see it has store and persisted. Persisted isn't gonna have that much value to us, but it's here. Store is what logs most things. Now we can see I've ran all of these. All of these were ran. You can see I've ran crypto miner. I've ran like what else? Vape, Orion injector, auto clicker. Someone was asking how to catch auto clickers. You can catch it in here. But store does not give you execution time, so everything you find here, you're gonna have to prove it when it was executed. There's also another fact in here. If you suspect a user of using a FAT32 bypass, some guys are gonna tell you to go to System Informer, dump registry, and filter for sign.media. And sign.media basically comes from here. This was executed from another drive, which was my USB drive. I've ran this to set my PC up. This is just a fun fact. Nobody cares, but it's fine. So basically these two show executed files, but they do not show the timestamp on which they were executed. So you're gonna have to prove when they got executed. The next thing on our list is file extensions.dll open with list. Now we can just see its path, Microsoft, Windows, current version. Current version. And then where do we go? Explore. And it should be, where is it? File extensions. Then we go under DLLs, open with lists. And now this is sometimes useful. Sometimes it's to show DLLs and shit. We can see everything.exe. It's not really that useful, but hey, we have to learn it. And now the next thing is HKey current user software, Microsoft Windows current version, and basically this path. We can go here, right edit, and this. And now this is very useful actually. If a bypass uses registry editor, like for example, to maybe go here and then delete this value, for example, this key is going to show the last key the user has opened in registry editor. Not many people know about this, but sometimes it could be useful to prove that a user visited this path. I'll add that to my tool. Or it's this. Everything.exe is a bypass. I don't think so. Send the notepad. I will after the webinar. Alright. Now we finished almost everything with HKey current user. HKey current user is very useful. It's probably the most visited things in Registry Explorer when you're screen sharing someone. Next thing we're going to talk about is HKey local machine, which has system, software, and security under it. We can go here, File, Live System, and in here we can get system and software. We don't need to get security since I don't have anything that shows that. Okay, so the first thing under system, which is BAM, you can obviously look at BAM manually, like in here, state, and then look at BAM manually. It's going to give you the execution time. This is BAM. But if you do this, you're weird. You shouldn't do that. You should probably just get BAM parser by Spockman, which is way better than this. But you can obviously do it the manual way if you want to find deleted things. And yeah. The next thing we have is prefetch parameters. And this was used to bypass. It's not a very good bypass as well. So we're gonna cover that. We're gonna go under memory management. Obviously, we're in available bookmarks. under system. Prefetch parameters, we can see enable prefetcher free. And now we have 4 states. We have 0, 1, 2, 3. We can skip 2 since you don't need it. 3 is the default one. Yes, 3 is default. 0 is disabled. Now, some people don't disable their sysmain, which is responsible for logging prefetch files. Instead, they will go to enable prefetcher and then change the value to 0. 0 meaning it won't log any executables, any prefetch files, sorry. And if it's 0, you can ban. Or they just delete that bitch. Okay, no, bro. They do not delete that. And now 1 is, it works better than 0. I mean, I guess 0 is very dumb. Any scanner basically catches this, except Echo. I don't know why. I don't know if Echo catches this. Echo is weird. 0 you can ban, and 1 is enabled, but it only logs after boot. Let me grab the document. 1 second. Where is it? Enable but without rights? What do you mean? 1 second, where is it? Again. Okay, it's here. So, enable prefetcher, 0 is disabled, 1 is application prefetching enabled, 2 is, we can just skip that because it's some Windows Server thing, and 3 is application and boot prefetching enabled. So that's the only difference. What if they change it to 0 and then back to 3? This is a very good question. And Elite Bypass used to do that. They would change the prefetch parameter to 0, execute their sheet, and then change it back to 3. This is where last write timestamp becomes useful. We can see last write timestamp also. This is in UTC time zone, so do not mess that up. It might be a tiny bit confusing since time zones are weird, but this is in UTC time zone. And now the last write timestamp of prefetch parameters should always be equal to registry start time. And you may ask, how do I get the registry start time? You can open System Informer. What the fuck? Okay, we can open Registry Informer, System Informer, sorry. We can type Registry, double click it, go to General, and see the timestamp. 18:30 p.m. and 18:30. So this matches, meaning I did not edit this. If this, for example, is 18:30 and this, it's like 30, like minute 30, we can say the user has modified prefetch parameters, and you can ban for that. But this is an important step. You have to match it with registry start time. They always have to match. There could be like a 1 second difference, but that's it. If you see like a 10-minute difference, we can just ban for it. What if I delete my ban driver? Why? Just stop BAM. What? You don't need to delete BAM. Okay, this is for prefetch parameters. Some bypasses use it. It's a very dumb bypass. And okay, we don't have much left. That's good. Let's go to here first, and since this is under system, we can see secure boot. We can see if they enabled secure boot or not. But I don't think it's gonna be safe boot. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be in here. So we're gonna have to visit it manually. Go system root, then you can also just type secure boot in here. Find, and it'll find it. This is way better. Where's the path? What is it? System current control, then secure boot. This is to view if the user has secure boot enabled or not. Okay, now under software, we have tasks. Now we can obviously view tasks manually, or you can just get RL task sentinel by it's ice. What the fuck? Okay, task cache. Nothing is even in here. What the fuck? Okay, it's fine. Hello? Why is this so weird? Okay, let me just see if wait, you get it. Now there should be a lot of tasks, but I have to visit manually again. System software. Microsoft, then Windows NT. Holy fuck, there's a lot of stuff. Is it not in here? Yeah, okay. It's under here. Task cache and then tasks. We can see all the tasks the user has, when it was created, when is the last start, when it was like last executed, and the description, the author, and other things. But you can just use RL Task Sentinel, which is better. Okay, for auto start keys, we have 4 keys. Now I'm not gonna visit them because this has a tool on its own called Autoruns. Autoruns by Microsoft. You can just go here, type Autoruns, spy system internals, click it, and you can just download it. And basically run and run once. some bypasses used to have their sheets, I guess, and run once because it gets deleted after it was run. But it's not good. We can just go to auto runs, go to the 64 version, and it'll parse basically everything in registry related to run and other useful stuff. We can see HKey current user, run, this one. We can see HKey local machine run, this one. And run once you have to, I guess, visit manually. We can also see scheduled tasks. We can see known DLLs. This is, I don't think anyone uses this. We can see log on. When the user logs on, what happens. All of this runs. We can see image hijacks, but we're going to talk about that in another webinar. Auto runs. Auto runs is basically parses registry for a bunch of paths that are useful to screen sharers. But we're talking about run, which is the auto star keys, which are these. You can visit those manually, run once, and Registry Explorer. We can see run once in software. And it's an HKey current user as well. You can see run and run once as well. But I don't have anything in run once. This is for USB and mounted devices. But obviously, you're not gonna look at these paths. You're just gonna download USB dview, which just parses this automatically. The only thing in here that you're gonna use is this, mounted devices. This is a very good thing to look at. And it's under system. Under system, we can try to look for mounted devices. Let's see. I don't think it's here. Okay, there it is. I've had C drive, E drive, and F drive as well. And cache stuff, but this webinar is very long. We're gonna talk about cache stuff in the next webinar. And we're gonna cover shim cache, which is this. We're gonna talk about amcache and MUI cache or MUI cache. You guys have any questions so far? You guys have any questions? When is the next webinar? Next Saturday, probably. There's also a lot of stuff that I haven't covered that I missed. You guys can also get text course and go to his registry thing. Most of these things, Tech has already covered in detail as well. Some of these are probably new. He probably covered all of this, I'm not gonna lie. I only looked at a few things that he covered. Thank you, Tech. Thank you. I'll always promote your course. You guys need to check out Tech's course. It's very good. He has way better explanations than me, since he's experienced in this field as well. Promote Red Lotus courses. I mean, Tech is Red Lotus. He only has written guides, but they're good enough. Now let me show you guys. This is Tech's course. In his tier 2, he has Registry, and most of the stuff I talked about you're gonna find in here. Okay. You can go to Registry and it's gonna ask for my authorization. You can see introduction and a lot of stuff. You can also see registry value manipulations. He talks about the things I talked about as well. It's very good. You guys need to get that. Is that Gitbook? No. And there are also like 20 things and sub things as well. He talks about another registry tool. So registry is a very big topic. He also covered it in the first tier. Yeah, it's in the first tier as well. The first tier talks about the basics and the manual checking methods, and the tier 2 goes in depth. Dice Top. No, keep promoting. Keep promoting. There are also in Red Lotus there are some registry methods, whereas IO knows them. The search filter thingy. Red Lotus has webinars and videos, and Tech talks about more stuff, but it's written. There are also going to be a lot of written things for Red Lotus, especially the digital forensics role or the full access role. Digital forensics. It does. It's full access. You have digital forensics role, no? Don't you? Let me. Yeah, but there is. Yeah, it's still here. Can applying for Red Lotus help to get assessors in different servers? Haha, bro. I don't think if they're gonna accept you, Cohab. This is Cohab, right? Okay, yeah. I don't think they're gonna accept you. Yeah, that's for a good reason. Red Lotus is out of rank bedwars. That's why there's only one active screen share. I got demoted. Jittery got demoted. Java got demoted. Almost every active screen share got demoted. QuickPots got demoted. Jacob got demoted. Who else? I think that's it.